You're listening to a News OK podcast.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the News OK Comics podcast at planet46.com. I'm Matt Price. This is Kyle Roberts. Kyle, I hear one of our favorite superheroes is having a little trouble this week.
Spidey gets fired.
Oh, man. Spider-Man, Peter Parker, in the story arc starting this week. Basically is going to get canned from his job at the mayor's office. This issue, 623, came out this week. He's trying to stop the Vulture. 624 comes out next week. Apparently, his trying to stop the Vulture has some repercussions for his job. So it's a bad economy all over, and now it's hit Peter Parker. But it's not all bad news for Peter.
Yeah, the New Avengers has a relaunch, and Spider-Man's going to be in it. Wolverine, Luke Cage,
all right,
all kinds of cool stuff.
So he has a gig. It just may not be a paying one.
Just may not be what he wants.
All right. Also in comics news this week, Comixology announced this week that they're going to bring Rob Liefeld's Youngblood to the iPhone. It's available now. His remastered Youngblood miniseries, one of the first Image comics ever, will be available on the iPhone, and you can download it through the Comixology application.
Sweet.
All right, what's going on in movies?
Jon Favreau, director of Iron Man and Iron Man 2, announced on Twitter that Iron Man 2 is coming down to the sound mixing and getting all the visual effects in. It sounds like they're kind of cutting it close to the wire.
Yeah, it's supposed to come out pretty soon here.
Comes out in May. So, ABC, they announced that a new Iron Man 2 trailer, introduced by Robert Downey Jr. himself,
Iron Man himself,
will be on the Jimmy Kimmel Show after the Oscars on Sunday.
After the Oscars, stick around and watch the Jimmy Kimmel Show. New Iron Man 2 trailer.
Probably some more War Machine, maybe Whiplash.
Black Widow, possibly.
Who knows?
We can see any of that. All right, other stuff in movies?
Yeah, Wanted creator Mark Miller has said that they are going to do a 1 and 2, a sequel to it, but Angelina Jolie is not going to be in it.
Okay, well, and if you watched the first movie, you'd say, well, why would Angelina Jolie be in it, if you remember how that thing ended? But originally they were going to try to develop something where she came back. But according to New York Magazine, she has dropped plans to reprise her role. She's instead going to be in the Alfonso Cuarón space thriller Gravity. But Mark Miller said, look, the movie cost $75 million to make. It made $314 million. We're going to do another one.
Yeah.
So it starred Scottish actor James McAvoy as a office worker, basically, who discovers his dad was the greatest assassin of all time and that he also has those abilities. All right, so let's dig into the review file.
Absolutely.
It's a giant week of comics. We can't get to all of them. There's maybe a half dozen or more first issues, a dozen key issues. We're going to bring it down to 3. But yeah, you could check out new things from Buffy, Stephen King. There's a ton of stuff. We don't even have time to talk about it all.
Just lots of first parters to the series.
Yeah, but Adventure Comics number 8, that kicks off sort of the prelude to The Last Stand on New Krypton. There's 3 stories. One by Sterling Gates and Travis Moore. This is my favorite one in there that's kind of a look back at Brainiac 5. How'd he get his name? Why would you call yourself Brainiac if Brainiac's a bad dude?
Yeah.
There's a James Robinson story, art by Julian Lopez, and that one is continued from Superman. Connor Kent introduces Mon-El to the Legion of Superheroes. And then there's a third story by Eric Troutman and Pierre Gallo that an escaped Phantom Zone Kryptonian wants to work with General Lane. So I like 2/3 of these quite a bit. The last one I didn't really get into. I like the first 2 parts very well. Last one, maybe kind of a mixed bag. Cool. Also, you want to talk about Wolverine?
Sure.
All right, how about Wolverine? What's he doing?
Wolverine, Weapon X number 11. Deathlock or Deathlocks are back, and they're bad. They're killing everybody.
They're bad news.
Yeah, and this storyline is called Tomorrow Dies Today, Part 1.
Had a little bit of a Terminator influence in it, I thought.
Yeah.
Captain America is back, and Logan decides to take him out for a beer.
Exactly.
So you got some nice Logan, Steve Rogers interplay. You got Ron Garney, who drew some of the best Captain America comics ever back in the 90s, drawing the Captain America character and doing Wolverine. Jason Aaron doing a nice story.
Yeah, and Captain America and Wolverine go out for a beer, and they need a designated driver. And basically, one of my favorite quotes of this thing is Nightcrawler offers to do that, but Wolverine needs to go to church with him in the morning.
Yeah.
So
nice character work from Jason Aaron all the way
exactly.
through. And then we'll wrap it up. Green Hornet, number 1 from Kevin Smith. Phil Hester does the breakdowns. Jonathan Lau provides the rest of the art. And this is the adaptation of what Kevin Smith's Green Hornet movie would have been. He originally wrote a script for it, then left the project, and now it's going to be done by some different people. this is Dynamite's bringing into comics what Kevin Smith's Green Hornet movie would have been. I enjoyed it okay. I like the Green Hornet. I liked him back when he was done by Now Comics back in the 80s and 90s, and it has some of that generational aspect, so I think it could be worth reading, especially if you're a fan of either Kevin Smith or the Green Hornet. And Dynamite's going to do a lot of Green Hornet stuff as the movie is coming out. Probably worth a look. What's your pick of the week, Kyle?
Gotta be Weapon X.
All right. I'm going to do a rare thing here and side with Kyle and say Weapon X also. We rarely pick the same comic this week. I think we're going to go both with Weapon X. A nice Captain America team up, good X-Men character pieces, and good art all the way through. It's good because it's character piece
and has the action in it. Good stuff.
All right. So, everybody, thanks for watching. For Kyle Roberts, I'm Matt Price. See you next time.